Ooh. Hi! The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, by Marie Kondo, which is the Konmari Method. This book has taken the world by storm. I'm all into reading personal development books, anything to make you a better person, so I wanted to pick this up. And basically this first section is going to be me using the practical tips throughout the video and like cleaning and tidying up my life, and hopefully it inspires someone else to go, you know what, I really want to read this book. I think I'll do the same thing. Super simple to follow. It's translated from Japanese to English, so there's no discrepancies there. She has a very specific method with sorting and tidying and decluttering, not by room but by category. So in this example of like categorizing things into different sections and then doing subcategories, such as doing your clothes, and then if you have heaps of clothes, just going, okay, today I'll do tops, next week I'll do jeans, like that kind of thing, because apparently people accumulate a lot of things. We are a materialistic society focused on vanity. The process is that you have to hold up each piece of clothing or item and ask yourself your guiding questions of like, is this broken and tattered? Will I wear this again? Did I buy this a couple of years ago but it's not my style anymore? Does this spark joy? And if you say no, then you have to get rid of it. But you have to say thank you and get rid of the item. Say thank you for being a part of my life or whatever, and then let it go, goodbye. I actually thought this was a bit strange to start with, but the more I got into it, the easier it kind of became, and I realized that it was this kind of really mindful, positive way of looking at each of your items and realizing how much of an impact they've ever had on your life or how much of an impact they haven't had on your life. For example, I had this pair of jeans, and I've literally had this pair of jeans for 12 years. I had them when I was 15 years old, and they've got a split down the back, they're faded, they've got broken parts, but I didn't want to get rid of them because they were such a sentimental piece, and I'd had it for so long and they brought so much joy into my life. I literally wore them to death. So saying goodbye to that item was really like almost emotional in a way. So I took some photos. I was like looking at it, I was holding it in my hands and going, oh my god, this is just a pair of jeans, what am I doing? But I said thank you and let it go, and now it's gone pretty much. But I like that process that I've done that, because sometimes things are really dear to you and it's really difficult to let things go, which is why we hold on to things. So if you think about it logically in that way and thank each item, it becomes a lot easier. So far anyway. When I get up to books, we'll see about that. In the book, she talks about how you can't declutter someone else's life as well. So I live with my partner and he tends to hoard a lot of things, and you know, don't we all? Like, we all have our things. So he could see that I was really inspired by this book and like I was doing the method, and so he actually started tidying up as well, and doing the process. So I think it's really inspiring in that way. And Mary talks about that in her book, how you can't declutter someone else's things because it's their personal possessions and they have to go through the process of like picking up an item, saying thank you, discarding it, deciding to keep it, whatever they decide to do. It's their personal journey and you can't enforce that upon them. I really like this line here as well on page 37, which is, putting things away creates the illusion that the clutter problem has been solved. I think for years I was doing this. I was just shoving things into drawers and forgetting that they were there, and then going, where's that top that I used to love? And then not realizing that I have it, but it's like all the way at the back of my cupboard and I can never find it because it's stuffed all the way at the back and things weren't folded or stored correctly. There's a whole chapter on arranging your clothes and the secret to like energizing your closet. So I mentioned that your clothes should rise to the right because of like organization pieces. And also she has a whole chapter pretty much dedicated to socks, which is on a page 107. And she states that you should never ever tie up your stockings, never ever ball up your socks. So you know how we just like put our socks together and like ball them up and then chuck them in the drawer and they like roll around everywhere? don't do that apparently. You can fold them and it's much better storage for them because their elastic doesn't stretch, and you'll be able to know where each item is. You won't lose socks, that kind of thing. It's one of those things though where you think, as I was folding my socks, I was like, will I revert back to just balling them up when I do my laundry? But then I have to realize that I am forming a new habit and make a conscious effort not to do that anymore. It's about treating your items with more respect than you usually would. And I think that's the whole point of the life-changing magic of tidying up, is that it is about treating each of your objects and your items that you have in your life with respect, and only surrounding yourself with things that bring you joy and excitement and that you absolutely love, rather than all this clutter. You know, your house should be lived in. It shouldn't be a storage space. And that's the whole premise of this book. That I have this many clothes. It's just fucking ridiculous. So I'm going to divide it into 3 different piles, which is keep, recycle / discard, and sell. So I'm going to sell some of my like really fancy dresses that I've worn once and deserve to be resold, see if I can get some coinage for them, because I am a poor uni student who borrows books from the library instead of buying them. I have to hold each item of clothing and ask, does this spark joy? Will I wear this again? Is this good? Etc. Is this tattered, broken, blah. So this is everything that I am going to sell down here. And then I've got some things that need to be washed. I've got the donating pile here. Don't mind that. Donating pile there. My underwear drawer is all there, which I'm going to put into one drawer only, then tops, then Black Milk, which is a brand of clothing, and these all need to be folded and gone through. These need to be folded as well, and these need to be put away. This back here is all my wardrobe so far. So I've got heavy, so coats at the back, long dresses, going to jackets, which is getting lighter. This is a Black Milk piece. How cool is this? With the Joker. And then going to lighter tops here through to blouses, which are really, really light. And then down here are my shoes, which need to be sorted. And up the top, I want to keep fairly bare because I've just had a tendency to throw clothes up there, and I want to stop doing that. Stuff all over the bed. is it after. I've got nothing on top anymore except for this, which is filled with my workout clothes. This is hats and gloves and things like that. This is my one and only scarf. And this here little tiny thing is all my bikinis. So just a very small lid of 3 pairs. And all of this is my hanging space. So I've got from heaviest to lightest, which is what she recommends. So coats and jackets, and then I've got some long dresses here, and everything rises to the right. So tops and then skirts and shorts. Then down here I've decluttered my shoes as well, which is an entire different category, but this is all the shoes I have left. I literally have 8 pairs and that's it. I have a couple downstairs which are hiking shoes. I've got some here which are hiking shoes which I'm going to keep, and I'm discarding these because these are my old hiking shoes and I've got better ones now. And then I've got these drawers here. Socks are up the back all folded instead of scrunched in a ball. All my black milk, which is a brand here in Australia. All the fancy tights and fancy jackets that I have. They're all in one place. The bottom drawer is my pajamas. I'm hesitant to put it back in its space here because it makes it look a little bit decluttered again. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to move this, which is my bedside table, to the other side of the room over here in this space. Take out the heater because we don't need it anymore. So I'm going to do that pretty much now and see how we go. I'm not going to declutter this because this is like an entirely different category and I'm pretty satisfied with what I've done today. This is the pile that's going to be donated. It's a small pile, probably be about 1 garbage bag. I donated a whole heap before I came up here and moved interstate, and then I donated a lot yesterday with the other clothes as well. In that corner over there is all the stuff I want to sell, so like fancy dresses, things that are worth a little bit of money. And apart from that, that's it. So I actually did end up moving that big case that was here and putting my little drawer next to my bed. I still have to clear this surface obviously because there's just bits and pieces left over from cleaning up. So this has been the first part, I guess, of reviewing this book and putting it into practice, which has just been all about my clothes basically. The next part is going to be books. This is going to be a challenging one. Obviously I'm a massive reader. I'm going to be reviewing books and I'm a writer as well, so yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on this part 1 of this review. Anyway, if you're supporting me, thank you so much. I know there's probably only my friends watching, so thank you for watching me put myself out here on the internet. I hope you liked this. I hope it was kind of insightful and that you do decide to read this book, because I find it really personal and it's really good, especially to form new habits and change new things. So yeah, it is life-changing. All right, I'm going. Bye.